The hecklers heckling, but the dice keep rolling, low keep glowing.
And that's the way they played it. I remember, and your GPA better be right if you're playing sports.
Yeah.
Because they will sit you down. I remember my English teacher got ready to sit me. Told me if I didn't pass this test, I wasn't playing in the game.
Woo.
Oh, you already know brother passed the test, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely passed the
brother
test.
passed the test. Yeah. I wasn't missing no game.
No, I don't think I've ever missed a game either, now that you say that. I don't think I've ever been, I don't really think about that stuff because when the amount of butt whoopings and the amount of things that I couldn't do prevented me from even being in a position to where I would even have that worry. Like, oh no, you ain't finna play in this game if you don't pass.
Wait till I tell you this though. Guess how many whoopings I got my whole life?
How many?
2.
Where are all you people coming from who get close to no whoopings? I need to know.
Look,
what did y'all do?
Check this out. My grandmother on my dad's side gave me the first one I had. And that one wasn't even... No, that was the second one I got. The first one my mama gave me. She don't remember giving it to me. To this day, if I bring it up to her, she be like, I don't remember that. But I know I just got out the tub. And leather belt on wet ass.
That don't mix. Yeah, that don't mix.
You don't remember that. Now, do I remember what I did to get that whooping? No, she beat that out of me.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I did. Woo. But I just remember there was a leather belt.
Granny was
and
an
I
assassin.
just got, no, this is my mama.
Oh, this is your mama?
Now, my grandmother on my dad's side, she gave me the other one. And that one there, I just kind of looked at her. I was like, she get ready to sit here and pass out. She keep hitting me with this damn switch. I'm like I said, she tiring herself out. I said, it ain't bothering me. And the thing is, I didn't do anything to get in trouble for that one. All my cousins were there. Somebody did something. And nobody wanted to tell. And I wasn't out there to see who did what, so I couldn't tell if I wanted to.
Oh, no.
So, it was, go get a switch. Everybody got to get a whooping.
That's the worst.
I went first. She did me, I'm cool.
Oh, you messed it up for everybody.
Now, my cousin Mike, my cousin Mike, he gets up there. My cousin Mikey. She started whooping him, and he's jumping around, hooping and hollering, and I'm looking at him like, what the hell wrong with him? Mm-hmm. I'm like, it can't hurt. I just went through it. I know it don't hurt. I'm like, and she can't be no stronger than what she was before I got it.
Before I right.
What's wrong with you?
Whoop no strength into herself.
Oh, boy, I talked about my cousin so bad for that one. I still talk about him to this day for that.
Oh, man. He might have been taking one for the team. You got to act like it hurt. So it's easy.
Only time I ever act like something bothered me was when I was in the Army. When we had to go through the gas chamber. Okay. I went through the first time and it really didn't faze me none. And I came out and I was fine. And they saw that and the drill sergeants was like, oh, we got us. So they sent us all back in again. So the second time, because it still wasn't really fazing me none. So I came out and act like it was. For the sake of everybody else.
He's a real one, man.
But that's the only time I can recall me sitting here faking the funk on something like that.
Dang, man.
But those are the only 2 whoopings I got. My dad would never whoop me.
Really?
He put me on punishment. And the reason he did that was because he knew telling me I can't go outside. You know, it ain't like the kids today. They just want to sit in the house and play video games or whatever.
Be on the tablet and do all that other stuff, yeah.
Telling me I can't go outside?
That'll kill me.
Oh, bruh. I damn near want to beg, like, please beat me.
I did beg a couple times. I did choose the whooping.
Now, here's the thing about that, though. Out of all the punishments I ever got put on, I only stayed on one. All the rest of them, he ended up letting me go.
Letting you go? You must have been like, you must have probably reconciled your ways or whatever you did.
I knew how to get to my dad. That's all it was.
Oh,
I knew how to get. Man. Like, we sit here, I'd sit up under him and just sit there and watch TV with the sad face. Then I go in the other room. You know, this is before cell phones.
Yep.
So you got to go in, go get to the phone.
Go get to the phone.
I go in the other room, get the phone, call one of my boys. Hey, man, I just get put on punishment. Come by and ask for me though. So they come to the door. I make sure that I'm not even sitting anywhere near the door. So he can't ask me to go get the door. So he ended up going to the door. Yeah, here it come out. He either gonna tell them no, I'm on punishment, or he gonna tell me to go to the door. And then I'll be like, man, I can't even get out, dog. I'm on punishment right now. And then what happens? Then I just go back. Now I'm sitting there like I'm just watching TV with him, chilling. And next thing you know, he's, I ain't gonna get out of here. I used to do it every time. It worked like clockwork. Worked every time, just except that one time. One time it didn't work. Actually, that one time I don't even think I tried it because I knew it wasn't gonna work. I knew what I did was not gonna. It was like ain't no getting out of this.
Ain't no getting out of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just eat this one.
See, I never was able to get out of anything. I was always, you know, I always got my whatever, you know, well after the fact I'd already learned my lesson and I'm chilling. Now you want to give me what I want. I forgot about it now. I don't want to go outside no more. I'm inside. No, you can go. I don't want to go. So that's where I would get mine. But that's crazy.
And see, because my dad his dad used to whoop him. He said he had to walk in the door and duck sometimes.
I know you did something.
He had to duck because he knew his dad was waiting on him to get him for some shit he had already did. But my dad knew, but see, he knew how he was. He'd get a whooping. It hurt for a little bit. But then he right back outside doing the same thing he was doing before. So he was like putting him on punishment. It's gonna hurt because my dad knew I was just like him. I got to be out. So put me on punishment hurt me more than anything. Now mind you, everything I ever got put on punishment for, I never did it again. So even though I got off, like sometimes the same day, I still didn't go out there and do what got me in trouble again. Which is another reason why I think he used to let me go. Because he knew
you learned your lesson
I wasn't going to do it.
See?
He knew that.
Every kid's different. Every kid is definitely different. I definitely see a difference in mine with my middle child. He's definitely a bit wild for out of all the kids. You know, his brother, he's got a lot of energy, but he'll sit down, like he'll read. You know, he'll look and play with different things. He'll occupy himself because he spent a lot of time as an only child. You know, so he's 5, his middle brother's 2.
Right.
So he spent a lot of time by himself. And he kind of self-soothed himself in situations to occupy himself. Mm-hmm. So if I tell him to do something, I can really talk to him sternly. It was why because I yelled at him for something. And he busted out crying. And so I'm like, okay, so I don't really have...
Low key, my dad used to be able to do that. Bruh. Plus, I seen what he's done before.
Right.
I was like, if he's doing certain things to people on accident...
Right.
I don't want to see what he's doing on purpose.
What's happening? My boy DJ, what's happening?
I said, if he's doing certain things on accident, I don't want to see what he's going to do on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Look, one of my brothers, he grabbed him one time, like, come here. Dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, hell no.
No.
And it wasn't trying to be malicious whatsoever.
He just
dislocated his shoulder.
Nah.
I remember on my birthday as a kid, I was going to have a birthday party too. Me and my dad in the room, we played boxing. Tooth was already loose, mind you. But we play boxing. Mm-hmm. He turns around. I bobbed when I should have weaved. Caught one. Tooth came out. And I said, he knocked my tooth out on my birthday.
Oh, no, man. Not on your birthday.
On my birthday, man. Knocked my tooth out.
I remember the first time I broke my leg, I was in Jackson Middle. I was 7th grade. And I had fractured it. Had a hairline fracture. And I didn't know about no fracture. My dad was, just like any other. Like you get up, you walk it off if you
Right.
hurt. Because I wasn't acting like I had a broken leg. Even though it hurt, I was still out there. He didn't care. You gonna get out there and work
so
it
he
out.
didn't think it was broken. Now he didn't know.
And then it didn't look
right. But then, right.
Until
like you said, there's a hairline. So
it was a hairline. It ain't gonna look like
right.
until I fell down the stairs.
Yeah, that'll tell it.
I fell down the stairs and then I was just in immense pain after that. My dad was like, walk it off. You ain't
like, I can't.
Right. And ended up playing on it. I played on it. I wrapped it up. I played on it. And then how it healed after me sitting kind of healed like sideways. So they had to, break it in and do other than that. And I remember it was funny. Because he said he probably flip if you knew I'm telling this story. But he felt bad because he just did not believe I was hurt. So he whooped me with the closest thing, which was a plunger, and broke that mug. And so, yeah.
Stop lying, boy. Get up.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You get out of school, you finna go play. Yeah, play this game. And so... Nah, man, I always remember that because he broke that mug over there. I'm talking about Twig snapped that mug over, and I'm sitting there like, no, dog, my leg.
Man, I knew my old man was gangster when me and him was out for a walk. And a bunch of cats, old cats that he know, whatever, they all standing out there. And one of them went to yapping off at my dad about something. And my dad tried to tell me, like, man, this ain't the time or the place. I got my boy with me.
Right.
Man, he just kept going. Next thing you know, dude wants to square up and fight with my pop. Man, my dad knocked this dude out. Waited for him to wake up. Knocked him out again. Wow. Waited for him to wake up.
Oh, shit.
Then he told him, he said, your life was in my hands twice. Don't let that be a third. And I was like, come on, son. And we walked off. And that's when I was like, Pop's a gangster.
Jesus Christ. I ain't never. Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
That's what's they call that? CTE or what's the disease?
PTSD.
When you get hit in the head though. Football.
CTE,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's that CTE when you get that head trauma
dude,
like that.
He knocked him out twice. Then let him wake up both times and then told him, yeah, life was in my hands twice. Mm-hmm. Don't let there be a third. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that Pop's gangster.
I mean, only story I think about dad, because I never seen my dad in action. When I got my dad, apparently I got the church deacon father. That's what I got.
No, see, my dad used to play every sport known to man. He was also a bouncer. He was a city champ wrestler.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, and this is in the city of Chicago, so... so you go.
You had to beat some ring.
He was at CVS High School, Chicago Vocational, and he was a city champ.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, bruh, like he is not the one you really wanted to try.
Nah.
And he laughed and joked with you all day. Anybody that know my dad, like, oh yeah, he the coolest dude ever. Till you cross him.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of inherited that one myself.
Hey, man. When you see dad do it, when you see it, you can't go for nothing else, you know what I'm saying, that your dad don't go for.
Yeah, I've always been that way. And then he used to always felt like, he was like, because we used to, over there in Chicago, all the gangs and stuff, how big it was there.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, everybody ask you anything about gang. He said, he'd ask you what gang, you in the Mitchell gang. That's our last name. He's like, you in the Mitchell gang. He said, and I'm y'all leader.
Sorry, my dad always he said you ain't got no game. You a walker. That's exactly what he said. That's crazy that transfers. Because that real man mentality. My dad definitely. It was so unattractive to join the gang to me. He said, if I ever see you in one of them.
And the thing is, I knew them all. Because like in my neighborhood, like. We were born and raised in the neighborhood. We had like 13 relatives within like a 3-block radius.
Oh yeah, he was squatted
like my
up.
parents
that
lived
was
in that
the
neighborhood all their life. My grandparents been in that neighborhood, since I can remember. So that's always been the area. Most of my family has been right there. So then you're looking at
What side of town you from?
Southside.
Okay.
74th and Blackstone, right off Stony Island.
Okay.
We was on 74th and Blackstone, 74th and Kenwood. We used to be on 73rd and Dante. So, only block we didn't live on between that was Dorchester. Between Kenwood and Blackstone, it's 4 blocks there. The only one we didn't have on was Dorchester. But everywhere else, oh yeah, there's some family there. It's that. Hey, look, there's still family there to this day.
They don't like the immigrant crisis going on down there? Or has your family...
They ain't had to be involved with none of that.
They had to be involved with none of that?
They had to deal with none of that.
Okay. Because I hear it's getting bad. I hear it's getting terrible.
Well, first of all, the illegals that's causing the drama, certain hoods they ain't stupid enough to go into.
That's what I was gonna say.
I heard that too.
There's certain hoods you ain't going into. My hood was one of them. They used to call it Sircon City. There's all GDs over there.
Okay.
They call it Sircons. Yeah, look, if you thought you was about to fight one, it's probably 30. And I've literally, I've witnessed the murder, knew the guys that did it. They were 2 of the hitmen for the game.
What's their names?
No, joke.
Look, they knew I saw it. I was the only other person outside. It was like a week before Christmas. We lived right next door to my grandmother and grandfather on my mom's side.
Okay.
I literally just came out of my grandmother's house. I see one of them. I'm like, oh, what's up, dog? Oh, what's good? We start talking or whatever. I see his boy across the street. I don't think nothing of it. This car comes around the corner. Going. Next thing you know, he stops mid-sentence talking to me. They both run up on each side of the car, unload on it.
Jeez.
Drug deal gone bad. The guys that got killed, I think, were from California.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
I've seen people get thrown into the trunk of a car and never be seen again.
You hear about that here.
I've sat here and watched.
The pig farm.
Actually, I got a relative that had somebody in the trunk of the car and kept them in there for the whole day.
Oh, wow.
Here.
What? Wait.
On the white side of the family. I ain't not on my side. On the white side of the family. Some of them look crazy.
Right. I get it.
But,
I get it. That's crazy.
They saying no names.
Right.
But if he watch it, he know who he is.
Right. You know exactly who you are, man. That's crazy. Yeah, you hear about that stuff here. You hear about the pig farms and the stories
I was
about
never
that.
in a gang, but like all the gangbangers in the neighborhood knew who we were. Like, because what it was, I grew up with them when they were younger, and we moved out of the neighborhood for a while.
Yeah.
And then we ended up moving back just before my freshman year in high school. And so now you're looking at a lot of the cats that I knew that they joined the gang. So now I know half the cats that's in the gang. Heck, I had to save my boy when I was in the military from getting killed by one of them. We sit here, we go down in the shy, I tell him, whatever you do, stay by my side. We just got there. We get out the car. I go up to my grandmother's door because we down there on leave or whatever. We come up there to kick it. He got a girl that he met when we was in the Army that lives in Chicago, so he's coming to see her. So we down there like, man, we on vacation. Let's kick it. But we get up to the door. Oh, I thought we got up to the door. I got up to the door. I turn around. He's walking towards this car. They called him over. I happen to look. I know exactly who's in the car. He's only the guy that's running the gang in the neighborhood now, which means that if he's driving, who you think sitting in the back? This hitman. I'm like, shit. So I literally run down and like, hey, whoa, he with me. Oh, all right, Ed. And then they're like, man, you lucky. They rolled the back window down. My man sitting there with a pump. He was getting ready to light him up right then and there.
Woo!
He learned his lesson from then.
I
He
see.
stayed with me after
Right,
that.
I was gonna say, stay
Stayed
by
with me
your
after
side.
that.
That's
I'm like,
wild.
dude. I said, which part of stay your ass with me don't you
Don't you
understand?
understand? Hard-headed niggas.
Now, mind you, he was going to be good in the neighborhood after that now because they already knew.
Right.
But I was like, dude, if I didn't get down there in time, you going to be laid out.
That's why. So, what is, if you could give somebody advice for people who come from beginnings like you have, like you said, neighborhoods like you have, and who've done the things that you all want to do different, what was the thing that motivated you not to be in the game?
Family. My family was always tight-knit. Plus, I've seen what this stuff turns into. I've seen, like, these same gangsters, these same gangs, I've seen their own members turn on. I got one, I brought some boys up here when I was coaching football at Brown Middle School. I took a group of my boys up there, all paid by me. I was taking them to my old high school's homecoming game. We got up there early. So I took them, showed them my old neighborhood. And I had told them about, because some of them, was trying to play that gang stuff down here. So I'm telling them different stories and everything else. And I told them about one guy who he is still alive right now and got a nice family and everything.
That's what's up.
He's grown and all that.
That's
but
what's up.
they turned on him. They came and knocked on his door. He ain't thinking that nothing. He's supposed to be his people. Shot him. Right there in the doorway. He was walking around with a colostomy bag on for a while. But he survived. Now, told them about that story. It just so happened while we up there riding around showing them the neighborhood, there he was. Had him come up, had him tell the story. And he literally told them the exact same story that I told him. So now that gave, validity to me.
Right.
On what I be talking about, like, oh, Coach Mitch ain't just making this stuff up.
Right.
This is legit.
This is legit.
Then I showed them, because I keep telling the kids here how good they have it. Like, y'all got school buses that pick y'all up damn near right in front of your house and take you to school. You either walk into school in Chicago. If you're in middle school, you usually walk into school because there's a middle school somewhere right there in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So you walk into school if you're in middle school. High school, find your way. Whether it's taking the bus, public transportation bus, taking the train, or whatever the case may be, that's how you get to school. So there ain't no school bus picking you up. School buses are strictly for school trips. That's it.
That's it.
So that's how you got to school. Every day. It cost me, that's another reason why I wasn't skipping school. Well, my mama might have killed me then. Bruh, it's $1.25. It cost me $1.25 to get to school, and it cost me $1.25 to come home every day. That's $2.50 a day. It don't seem like nothing until you start adding it up for the whole school year. That whole school year, $2.50 a day.
That's like $100 a month.
Right.
So mess with their money if you want to like that. But this is what you had to do to get to school every day. Now, could I have went to a school that was a little closer? Yeah, but the reason I chose the school I went to is because before I was going there, it was predominantly white. My mom took the test and passed. Chose not to go there because they chased her and her girlfriends away from there when they went and took the test.
That's sad.
My dad went and took the test and passed. But they almost got into a fight with a bunch of white guys after him and some of his boys almost got into it. And the only thing that stopped it was one of his partner's dads rolled up. And everybody dispersed from there. But that was going to... So they both decided not to go there. So they went to CVS. Most of my family went to CVS.
Okay.
Chicago Vocational. But when I actually got it, when I decided to go there, that was one of the reasons I decided to go. And when I passed the test also, I didn't stay that far. It was only one bus at first. Then we decided to move back into the old neighborhood. So now it's two buses to get to school every day. So I take one all the way down to the end of the line, and then jump on another one and take it down to the school. Then walk over 2 blocks to the school. And by the way, even though it was one of the top schools still is one of the top schools in the city, it's in the hood. So, yeah, did I get a chain taken before? Took 2 of them to do it, but they got it. We fought, but they got it. So a lot of times we used to tell everybody, hey, especially like after football practice or something, because ain't nobody else really there but us.
Right.
We try to make sure that we lead together. And then you got to remind you too, like these kids today, they got it so easy because you on the bus with your peers from your school. You on public transportation, you don't know who on the bus. You got gangbangers on there, drug dealers, drug addicts, rival schools. So yeah, it's been a couple of them on where we can get into it on the bus with rival schools type shit. Yeah.
Y'all banging with the rival schools.
Yeah, man, we sit here coming in, next thing you know, they getting on because we got to drive. One of the routes, we literally have to drive right by where most of them are going to be to get on the bus. And they would sit here because, you know, we're supposed to be the smart school. Oh, they think that we soft and you gonna punk us and think that you're going to take something from somebody and y'all try to pick one person. I told you, my old high school was like a cult. You mess with one, you mess with all. It's still like that today. You mess with one, you mess with all. So, it's going down.
That's crazy.
It's going down.
South Bend kids don't have anything like. I think the most
Man,
that
when I
we've
got
ever
here
had.
and saw the weight rooms
Yeah.
and the athletic trainers, I'm like, man, if I had that when I was in school,
You know where I be?
I was good, but I'm like, I've been like, shit, I had a scholarship until I injured my knee.
Really?
And I'm going, dude.
See, they wouldn't have known what to do with people like you. They really didn't. Even though we had somebody say that this is a sports town and not, necessarily an artsy town, they didn't really know what to do with the talent here until like recently. To when people came back. Now you start to see more influx of people going to the league, people getting in college.
And for those that, I'm going to talk about that for a hot second too. They sat here wanting to talk about October London for sitting here saying that this is a sports town. It is. It is a sports town.
It's definitely a sports town.
This town, when I talk to people outside of here,
Yeah.
I say South Bend.
Don't
nobody know where South Bend is at. I say Notre Dame.
Oh
Yeah.
They
know that.
But
when I tell them that Notre Dame is in South Bend,
right.
like people in Chicago, they be like, how far is the drive from South? They think it's way further than what it is. I be like, man, it's like an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, that's it? Yeah.
That's it?
I said, why y'all think I'm here all the time for different events all the time up in the Chi? Because I can turn around and go back home when I'm done.
Literally.
So, but I'm like, but this is a sports town. Not to say that there's not any talent here, because there's a ton of talent here.
Yeah.
But the town is not known for that right now. Not to say that it can't be.
Right.
But right now, it's not known for that. It's known for its sports. Come on, let's think about it. Everybody got mad at October London for this, what he said. But I'm going, how many of these people that's getting upset bought tickets to his concert?
Never.
Matter of fact, I didn't even know who he was. Now, mind you, I'm not originally from here. But I've been here long enough. And I'm going, I didn't know who he was or that he was ever even here until he hit big. I never knew who he was, never heard of him until he hit big. So, in other words, till recently. Now, he's been doing stuff for a while, I find out.
Yeah. Years.
But ain't nobody had him here before he got big. They didn't have him doing a whole lot here, obviously.
Well, this is a segue into a different conversation. So I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it because I support everybody. Shout out October London. Shout out Death Row. I want no problems. But
yeah,
Snoop. Yeah, right. I don't need no problems, Snoop. Shoot, I'm trying to get on as well. But it's
my dog.
My dog. I know he got something for me, man. But He tried. And this is where I'm going to put this back on the citizens. So he tried. We didn't really jail with him.
This is what I'm saying. So how you gonna get mad at something he said? Even if he was sitting here trying to shit on South, even if he was trying to shit on South Bend, how you gonna get mad at him for saying what he said and y'all ain't rocked with him?
We ain't rocked with him.
If we ain't rocked with him, you can't get mad about him feeling and saying what he gonna say. He just keeping it a buck.
Just keeping it, man.
But that wasn't the case. That's not what he was trying to say.
That's not it. That's not even.
And that's what I was trying to get people to understand. Because even one of my boys, we sat here had a whole hour-long conversation. Ham, I'm gonna call you out. But we had a whole hour-long conversation.
Shout out Ham.
Yeah, that's my dog. But we had a whole hour-long conversation about what October said. And then I had to sit here and break it all down to him. And when he couldn't dispute what I was saying, and you started agreeing with me, I said, so if you're agreeing with me, because I'm really just saying what he said, and I'm just saying it a different way. I said, then you agree with him.
You got to agree with him.
I was like, it is what it is. I said, now, I think our promoters here, need to be searching for more of our talent here and putting more of our talent on stuff.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I've sat here and put Sherelle, I put Reminisce X, I put Makita Greer, Mariani Fleming, who you said you didn't even know who that was until I brought her up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But Mariani, and she's been on American Idol.
Yeah.
I put her on there. I had Chocolate P.
Yeah.
So
me and go way back.
And then I've had a lot of the poets, Rhetoric. There's a few others. Sorry if I can't get your names out right. Oh, I had Brianna Nicole on one of my shows.
Okay.
So it's like I've had a lot of our people, and some of them have done a couple of shows with me. So, because my thing, hey, you know how I found Reminisce X?
How?
Man, me and my wife was walking our dog in the park. Down there, right over there at the park, walking the dog. And she was out there with a speaker and a microphone. And had some music going and started singing. And me and my wife we was like, hold up. And she's like, you want to stop and listen? I said, yeah. Because my wife with me being, doing the shows and stuff, she was like, hey. So, and I talked to her after that, and we exchanged numbers, and next thing you know, she's been on a few of my shows. Matter of fact, she got a standing ovation at one of my comedy shows because I let her go up and sing to open up the show, her and Makita. And Reminisce X got the standing ovation.
That's what's up.
Matter of fact, she was so good to the point where the comedians was even using her in their skit because she was doing her song $1.96. And they started using that in some of their skits that night.
Oh, man, that's dope, man.
So she did her thing.
Shout out Reminisce X. Shout out to you.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm constantly putting people on. Like I said, I use Team Ham for all of my security stuff.
Yeah. That's smart choice.
I've had other people come to me and ask me to do stuff. It ain't nothing against them. But I already got somebody.
Right.
And I already know what they bringing to the table. I already know what they doing. I know the whole team. We good. We vibe. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's the only ones I use.
Yeah.
I sat here. I've used a couple of different DJs. I've used DJ Debbie Cakes before she moved to Carolina.
Shout out to DJ Debbie Cakes.
I've used DJ Mello.
Okay.
Let's see. And then I got my guy Certified Grind. He's originally from, like I said, from up there in Kalamazoo.
Okay.
But I met him at one of my sipping paints, actually.
Oh, word.
He was at one of the sipping paints. And what it was, I did it at the Holiday Inn Mishawaka Conference Center.
Okay.
And when I did the show there, the guy that was running things there said he had a couple of his partners that were, in town, hey, is it I had to come in and chill and kick it? I'm like, man, let them come on through. And they sat here and we ended up vibing and everything else. And I'm cool with all them cats right now.
Oh.
But we ended up vibing and everything else. And next thing you know, I'm like, and he wasn't here at the time. So we vibed, but he was still in Kalamazoo.
Right.
Now, at this point, he had moved up here. So then I started using him as my DJ for a lot of my stuff. Oh, what's her name? Crap. I can't forget her. female rapper, does a lot of gospel rap.
A lot of gospel rap. His name start with an N?
No. Hold on. I got.
Wait, do she got goals in her mouth? Cause if so, I think I know her.
I think so. I used to, because when I was working at Brown, I used to sit here. Her daughter was there, and I actually was helping her daughter. Even though I don't really play basketball, I was still giving her pointers and training her a little bit with that. I could do that for the middle school, high school.
No,
I
man.
let my brothers handle that.
At high schools are different.
Yeah, I let my brother deal with that. He could do that. But I had her. I'm trying to remember her stage name.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
And I can't remember what the heck it is. Crap. If she see this, she gonna cuss me out later. Well, she gonna tell me off. She gonna cuss me out, but she gonna tell me off. Cause I sure cannot remember her name right
on
now.
my phone too. I don't know her name. I got it. I'm terrible with names.
But she's done. I brought her on one of my shows, to rap. Actually, we did a show at Greater St. Matthew's Church. We did a clean comedy show. DJ Debbie Cakes DJ'd it, and then I had her on there rapping, along with the one that's hosting my comedy show coming up, Aisha. She was on the show as well, and my girl Marcy Deloney out of the Shy. Had both of them on the show. So, really good show. And I sat here, and it was a cheap show for me to put together. But I basically donated that money, to put the show together. And then everything that we made at the door, I let the church keep. So I made absolutely no money on that show. But it was for the church. I did that for them.
You did that for the church. I feel that. That's crazy, man. That's actually nuts. That's wonderful. So one more time for him, since we cut out earlier. Why don't you tell them who you are and what you do again?
So my name's Ed Mitchell. I'm the CEO of Pedigree Entertainment and also of the Ruth Jones Corporation. The Ruth Jones Corporation is a nonprofit, a domestic nonprofit organization. And I use that there to help underprivileged youth in the community. Every year I pick 3 students that are graduating high school, going off to college, get them a $1,000 scholarship. I've also donated uniforms, football uniforms, to Jackson Middle School back in the day, and also Brown before they shut down. Gave them uniforms. And I think I bought a one-man blocking sled too. Now with Pedigree Entertainment, I've been putting on comedy shows, sipping paints, mail reviews. Every time I think about the mail review, my mom and my wife was there. But been putting on all these different events, a New Year's Eve party, which a lot of y'all missed out on, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll get that later.
But with all of these different things, I've been doing these events for a little bit over 3 years now. And with a lot of these events, I also donate money from those events to different venues. Not venues, but organizations. Like I said, Gentlemen and Scholars, Transformation Ministries, T2 Sports Performance, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority. What's that one with the school? Not South Bend School Corp, but what's the other one they had?
There's one, Career Academy.
Not Career. No, it's the one that took over some of the schools. They had Navarre.
Empowerment?
Empowerment.
Yeah, I gave them $1,000. Who else? Southside Little League. I donated money to them. With the show we got coming up on November 1st, we're donating to Coalition Veteran, which is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that helps honorably discharge veterans within a 50-mile radius of South Bend. And with me being a vet myself, definitely wanted to do something for them.
Most definitely.
So we're going to be donating 25% of the profits from the show on November 1st to them.
Okay.
But like I said, then I just got done talking to my guy. Matter of fact, let me see, he gave me the flyer. I need to pull that up. That's not it. Who sent me a plate of food?
Hey, we take food porn too.
See, that's bad. Now I know you sent it to me. Now I can't find it. But there's a tomorrow the Pop Warner football. They're doing a they're having a thing. Let's see, where is this at? Here it is. Yep, October 13th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
Where is this? Over on Lily Road.
Okay, that's up there by Clay.
52900 Lily Road. I think it might be.
Might be Clay.
Might be
It
at
might,
Clay.
yeah, it might be at the Clay Intermediate. Yeah,
But
okay.
They got the Pop Warner games and stuff going on over there. So if you can, go out and support that.
Support?
Like I said, they're starting at 10 a.m. going to 6 p.m. Also, I'm getting ready to help them. I think we're getting ready to do a sip and paint. I was going to wait till March, but I think we're going to move it up to December because they need to raise some money because they got 22 kids that were designated to go to the All-Star game, which it's the first time South Bend kids have been there, and this is going to be in Florida.
Wonderful. So
they need to raise some money. So I told them I'm going to do this sip and paint, try to do that in December, and then I'm going to donate 50% of the profits to them. To try, because they got to go in January. So I want to do this in December so I can get that money to them and help them out.
Right.
So we just literally talked about that today. So we're going to see what we can do with that as well.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Like I said before, we gotta highlight more people in our city who are doing things, especially people from my community, black men. We need to showcase what we got, cause a lot of people, like I said before, we just simply don't know, man. We just simply have no idea what kind of cool shit is just going on.
Oh yeah.
Around us.
One thing I am going to say, some people probably going to get mad at me, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to say it. For those of y'all that's gatekeeping, stop it. Stop it. It's not helping the community. It's not doing anything for anybody else. Because I know for a fact that there's some of y'all that got Facebook groups that I've joined. You'll post a little random BS stuff. But as soon as I start putting these shows out there, that post doesn't seem to get put up. I was like, stop gatekeeping. I was like, we're doing these shows or whatever. It's benefiting the community. It's either helping some adults, or it's helping some kids, or it's helping some adults that's helping some kids. I said, so either way it go, it's benefiting the community when I do a lot of the things that I do. So I would ask you all to stop gatekeeping, not just on me, but on everybody else. Because I'm not the only person. The only reason I'm saying it, and I know it's that way, is because I'm not the only person that's been saying it. There's a lot of people out here that's gatekeeping stuff, and we need to stop that. There's a lot of people out here that's just been hating and sometimes won't even come out to stuff just because you're not from here or you don't run in certain groups.
Because you ain't clicked up.
And I've been hearing this here. It ain't just me seeing it. Because at first I was like, am I tripping or what? But no, when I got other people that started businesses and they're saying the same thing, then we know what's really going on.
No, everybody
we have to stop doing that. Why can't we come together and do something that positive as a group? It's like I said, there's no reason why we can't be putting on even bigger shows. And that's the other thing. People always complaining about, they're not bringing the people we want to see, or they're not doing this. Okay, these shows cost money. It costs money to bring these shows. Everybody ain't got a ton of money. It's not like people been doing this here and this is the only job they have, which means that they don't have the funding.
Right.
So we have to start somewhere.
Right.
So we're going to start off doing things that are a little bit smaller. But then as we make money, we can take some of that money that we made along with the money that we put into that first show that we got back. Now we can take some more of that other money that we made, profit. Let's go bigger now. Go a little bit bigger now. Let's go a little bit bigger now. It's steps to this.
Right.
And for y'all that don't know, these shows cost big money.
Yes, they do.
Even some of the smaller shows, like this show that I got coming up, between the show that I'm doing here, and this is just for a comedy show, like the one in Chicago is getting ready to cost me like $8,000. The one here, just because I happen to know all the comedians and they cut me a deal, and because the venues are a little bit cheaper here, it's still costing me $4,000. So for these 2 shows, I'm dropping $12,000. And then I'm talking about donating 25% of the profits from each one of these shows to different organizations. But again, this is stuff that's benefiting the community. And I don't do like some of these other promoters.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names. But some of these promoters is charging way too much for their shows.
Way too much. Way too much. We definitely know that they're charging way too much.
But then when you turn around and you don't, you think it's a cheap show because the person didn't break your back on it. They ain't sit here and rip your pockets off. My thing is, like with my company, I said my motto is providing quality entertainment at an affordable price. I am not here to break your pockets. I want us to have something to do where we can come together and enjoy each other, have some fun, laugh, kick it, dance, whatever the case may be, and go home and have a peaceful night, not wondering, damn, did I spend too much and I can't pay no bills?
Very true.
I know what it is to be sitting here struggling and not be able to pay a bill or wonder where that money coming from.
And you just trying to have some fun.
I'm just trying to have fun now. And my thing is, that's why I don't worry about how much money I actually make. I retired like 3 years ago. I had actually retired and wasn't working anymore. I went back to work just to fund this type of stuff. So I don't have to work. I went back to fund these shows because they're not funding themselves yet. Now, once they get to a point where they're funding themselves,
Right.
and because I sat here and overextended the credit a little bit and got a few extra bills now, so once I get that stuff caught back up and these shows are taking care of themselves, I'm going back into retirement as far as working a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And this is going to be it. So I'm like, I'm doing this here for the community. And here's the thing. I'm not officially from this community, which is probably why I don't get a lot of people to come out. But I hope that they see this and decide, you know what, hey, let's mess with my mans and go see what they do.
Oh yeah, we
don't have any drama. It's usually an older, more mature crowd. I do have a couple of young cats that come in, but ain't no drama. We have yet to have an argument break out at any of my events. So who around here got that track record of having shows going on for 3+ years in this town and ain't had so much as an argument break out? And not only not in my events here, didn't have no arguments break out at my event in Indianapolis, didn't have none break out at and we was at a hood spot in Indy for a comedy show. Won't go there again just because the spot was raggedy.
Wow.
but we was at a hood spot there, and then I did one in Fort Wayne. That was a nicer spot. But we did one there and had a good show there. So, and no drama, no nothing. So it's already been proven that we can go out and have a good time without
any of that BS.
Without all the BS, we can go out here and we can do this. So come on out to the show, have a good time. Tickets are on Eventbrite. It's called Pure Breeds of Comedy Volume 2. Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that there was a Volume 1, but there was. Volume 2. Volume 1, I think, is the show I did where I brought in, what's my man's name? Plays Overton off of Living Single.
Oh, yeah, I forget dude's name, too. I actually met him once. He probably doesn't.
John Hinton, that's his name. John Hinton. But I brought him here, did a show. Cool Bub was on that show, too. But we did that show here at the Century Center. You know how much tickets was for that show?
How much?
$30.
Y'all gotta start coming out to these things, man. How yeah, bro.
This show we got right now, $30. If you want VIP, it's $45, but that gets you upfront seating and a free gift. The gift is worth more than the extra $15 that you're really paying, just so you know. Just that I was able to catch them on a nice little deal. I was able to catch them something on the come up. So, pass passing the savings on to y'all. But I need you to come out and support these shows. And then I can go ahead and do bigger shows. Because I do have some other people in mind that I want to bring. But I also know that it's going to cost me a little bit of money. But I do have access to get to these people, can get in touch with them. But I'm not going to call them if I know I ain't got the money right now because they just don't look good. So that's what we're trying to do. But I brought John Hinton here. I brought Shucky Ducky here. This is going to be Shane Forbes' second time here. I brought Just Niche. I brought Darren Fleet. Matter of fact, Just Niche, Darren Fleet, and Shane was all on the same show. Tickets was only $40. And I had 3 other comedians on there with them. And Chocolate P open up.
See, he be putting people on too. I like that. I definitely like that because you don't really even hear about promoters around here putting acts on.
No, not
like that. Not too often. Not when Ludacris came. I don't know many people who opened up for him. When Waka Flocka, like, you know what I'm saying. But I heard that the more people had Waka Flocka, you know, a chance to do that. But even like the little rappers who might come around and try to do shows, who might come in from out of town.
That's the only thing. They're the only ones that can be mad at me right now. Is the rappers, because I haven't had any of them on any of the shows. But
you also haven't had those kind of events.
But in my defense, the events that I have had were not shows that it was going to vibe right with having rappers on those shows. Comedy shows, like, first of all, majority of people that come to the comedy shows is usually an older crowd. They ain't trying to hear it.
Ain't nobody trying to sip and paint and listen to that.
Yeah, and a sip and paint, you ain't trying to sip and be hearing that.
Right.
Yeah, that's not what they want.
No.
So that's why I have a lot of R&B singers that come in and do their thing. That's why I have poets on there doing their thing. And then we got the DJ and the dance floor so we can go ahead and everybody can get up and do their thing. So do it that way. But with my sipping paints, $40 usually. You get canvas of your choice to paint. Because we're not doing this here, bringing in a painter and doing all that crap. No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
People don't always want to listen to somebody teaching them how to paint.
paint.
You make one wrong brush stroke and your whole painting is jacked the hell up.
Right.
You know, and the people don't always want to paint the same thing. So we'll have about 15 to 20 different pre-designed canvases for you to choose from. You pick the one you want to paint. We provide you with everything you need to paint it. How you want to do it. That's not mine.
No, that's me.
Okay. That's what sound. I was like, my wife ain't here. That's what sound like her phone.
Bedtime.
She got that thing on hers.
Yeah, shit.
But I sat here. But like I said, sipping paint. So we have 15 to 20 different pre-designed canvases for you to choose from. We give you everything you need to paint it. We have a DJ there. We got a dance floor. We have singers and poets there performing. And it's some from South Bend. I've had some come in from Chicago. I've had some come from Michigan City. Some from Indianapolis. Some from Fort Wayne. So I'm bringing people from all over the area here in for these events. And then I usually have like a free food buffet. And I ain't talking about no damn finger food. We had...
What you having on me?
Man, we had my rib tips, which I challenge anybody in town if they think they can outdo me in rib tips.
All right, we're gonna have to throw down, man.
Bring it on.
I cook a mean pig, man.
We're gonna have to see.
We're gonna have to see. We know we got to see.
But I said that we had my rib tips on the menu. I usually have chicken wings, catfish nuggets. I might have barbecue meatballs. We have brats that I'll cut up like little finger food. So I have a tray that might be mild, another tray that's spicy.
Right.
Shout out to Lowry's because the brats be fire.
Man, definitely shout out to Lowry's. Man.
I sit here, I'll do that. Then we'll have my 4-meat, 5-cheese spaghetti. We might have the potato salad, baked beans, green beans, corn. You know, so a lot of different sides and stuff. And then we'll I usually have vendors that selling their desserts or whatever, so they get their money on. That's another thing. All the vendors out there, follow Pedigree Entertainment. So when I put stuff out there and say, hey, I'm looking for vendors, y'all can get on. Because I sat here and done it several times, and I see vendors at all these other events, and I can't get y'all to sit here and hit me up about anything. So come on out and make y'all money.
Definitely make your money.
Especially at the sipping paints, because I'm telling you now, it's 130, 140 people every time. I haven't had under 130 people at a sip, well, the first one. But that's because the room only held 80 people, and it was sold out like 3 days before the event.
Oh, well then, yeah.
So, and I had people that I had to turn away trying to come get tickets at the door.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. You talk about these sipping paints. You done said about the entertainment. You done talked about the food. But I ain't heard nothing about beverages.
Oh, no. Oh, we have a cash bar.
Okay.
Yeah, you get your drink on. Get what you want to drink.
What type of drinks are we talking at the bar?
Shoot, whatever they serve at the venue at that point.
Okay,
Whichever venue it is. But now he want to go there. Check this out though.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about the event everybody missed.
Mm-hmm.
I did a New Year's Eve party.
Mm-hmm.
This was about a year or two ago.
Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you everything I had at this event, and then you tell me how much you think this event should have cost. Now, mind you, we did it at ZB Falcons because it was a last minute thing. They loved me over there before they shut down, so they was asking me to put on something for them. Mm-hmm. So we did it there. So this is a New Year's Eve party. I had 3 comedians there performing.
Mm-hmm.
DJ. 360 photo booth you get to use for free for the first 2 hours. Got a backdrop set up with my logo and everything on there for people to take pics. Got party favors. Another huge free food buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, top shelf, open bar all night.
You talking about till 12 o'clock or?
No, until we shut down for the night. Okay. Until we left for the night, it was top shelf open bar all night. How much do you think that event should have cost?
That's a good $7,500.
You know how much I charged for that event?
How much?
$60.
Yeah.
I told him it was $100 when he told all that to me.
And I forgot. Door prizes.
And you got
and I had, then I said, look, let me tell you how it was. It was a huge flop.
Mm.
Wasn't hardly nobody there. So much so that everybody that was there got a gift.
Mm.
Everybody that was there got a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had more gifts than I had people. Some people walked out of there with 2. So I had more gifts than I had people. And I was like, I ain't taking this shit home.
That's crazy.
And when people complain, that's the kind of shit that we fucking miss. And I'm glad I was able to bring you here today, to tell your story, tell your side of stuff, because, this is the stuff that we want to be a part of. And so when you take away the excuse that that we didn't know, now you know.
And that used to kill me. I'm talking about they don't know. And I've put flyers out all over the city. Every time I do an event, I put the flyers out. I post it all over social media. I'm in a ton of the groups, but I just told you some of them are gatekeeping. But I sit here and literally post it in every group that I'm in the city. And there's quite a few that I'm in. And I post it. Then I turned around. I used to do radio advertising as well on U93, Mix 106 before it became 102. I've done it on 102 now too because U93 owns 102. Just in case people don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they own that now.
Well,
99.1.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to my girl Pam over at U93 and my girl Marcy over at 99.1.
That's what's up. Shout out Marcy and Pam.
Yep. Shout out to my boy Gino J over at 102 because he does stuff. My boy Big Perm over at U93.
Hey.
Those are my guys.
That's what's up.
So, like I said, but I've been doing radio advertisements, people sweeping down. They ain't heard nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I've been on the news. I've been on Summer Spotlight. I've been on Hometown Living. I've been on WHME. But people still saying they don't know anything about it. I posted on my social media the news things. I get the clips, post them. But they say they don't know anything about nothing. Nah. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling it like it is.
They got it to now. You took away the excuse. That's what platforms like these, and it's more that you tell your story, you reach out and speak out. You take away the excuse. That's why I like doing this. You got to take away that excuse because people are upset with the way people view our city.
And I support. And not only do I put on shows, but I support other shows. Our girls, Michiana Top Modeling. I've been to their shows.
Okay.
I'd say they went to that there. I've been to some of Gino's shows.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been to some of the stuff Gino J do. I've been to some of his stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I go to other people's stuff. Now, Backyard Vibes, I know I haven't been to...
You got to check them out, man.
I haven't been to much of their stuff. But I do... Most of the time when he has stuff I've been noticing is always when I got some